at coaxium. Right pilot, make the jump to light speed. Those Vitides are protecting the train. Take them out! They've locked onto us. Take evasive action! Ah, there it is! After that train!
I am!
Gunners, fire the outpost! Excellent! Now, gunners, shoot the cargo free! The pilot brakes! Good work! My friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Now power up the ship. Well, I grab the coaxium. You see, just as I promised, my friend. Come on, let's get another container of coaxium. Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Get behind the train. Gunners, fire the harpoon.
Getting behind that.
Pilots, into the center. Do you see those big white things? Would you fly? It's harder than it looks.
Hey guys, just sharing a little bit of Disney magic real quick. Since no one else is in here.
I'm following us!
A distraction!
Get out!
Fire the missiles in the train! Hurry!
It doesn't even believe me!
It's coming down!
What the hell is that?
Left pilot, hit the boosters! Boost! 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 Look! We did not die! Let's get out of here!
Yeah, my daughters can't fly this thing. They're crashing it like crazy.
You received one container of coaxium. This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the first order and made Chewie proud. Now, after my modest profit, your cut
That was the
minus
worst.
what you owe me
There's
for
been more
damaging the
damage.
Falcon is... Oh, that is rough.
$3,000? Oh, what's the currency? Star Wars currency. I was gonna tell you.
Oh, wait, my friends. I'm afraid we have picked up a hitch. Scan the exterior of the Falcon for life forms. You see, this happens sometimes when you travel through uncharted regions of the galaxy.
Wait, oh my gosh.
As much as I do, it is not
Imagine I'm in
What's up, guys?
very species or two clinging to the...
Era!
But keep looking.
Okay, no something.
All right, I'm making an executive decision. Everybody out. Go on, get out.
Thank you.
All available techs, we have a Corellian
We kinda
freighter
broke that one.
needs immediate transport back to the maintenance bay. This thing is...
All right, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So we're gonna do one more fun ride here. Haunted Mansion. I don't know if it'll work on here or not, but we'll keep it rolling for a little bit. Anyway, we don't normally cover Disney stuff on my channel, but it's actually been pretty busy here. I would say, at least on a Saturday, I'm not seeing big signs of recessions at all. I'm seeing more of a sign of um, people spending their money and getting into debt. That's probably what's going on. But we're having fun with it. So, how are you guys doing tonight? Any questions for me? Gold, silver stacking, or Disney while we're here? I actually know a lot about Disney stuff. I contemplated actually putting together a Disney YouTube channel at one time because I have a lot of Disney footage that I've shot over the years, both at Disneyland and Disney World. But anyway, I don't even know if my headphones these are working. Connected. Oops, I just turned it off now. Hopefully you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat so I know you guys can hear me okay. All right, so over here is the Millennium Falcon. You guys haven't been to Star Wars Land and you're a Star Wars fan. It's pretty good. It's not quite the same as the original, but still fun. Still a fun place to kind of hang out. Let's see. Okay, paper stocks, how they can make silver go even higher. Well, let's see if I can control this thing. Let's see, but I don't think okay, I don't have my other controller on here. But okay, let's talk about paper stocks. Let's talk about SLV, and we'll talk about GLD a little bit here too. But right now, the futures are lower than the spot price, and that is called backwardation. And it doesn't happen all that often, but at least not in this direction, it doesn't. And right now, we're also seeing a bunch of the refineries not taking metals right now. And those are two signs of, well, it's a sign of a couple things. One, we're either going into a situation where there's just not a lot of demand for silver, and we're about to see a big issue to the Haunted Mansion. You're about to see a big situation where where there's just not demand, and we're about to see it drop off a cliff. I don't think that's the case. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing massive amounts of demand for silver. Go try to find a monster box of Silver Eagles for under $27,000. You're not going to find it. If you do, it's probably a really good buy. And we're starting to see them going for about 30,000 is what some companies are asking for on eBay. It's pretty high. The second scenario is that there is so much demand that those that would normally be playing the options market and putting in calls, which would then rise the price of futures, are deciding not to do that. And instead of putting their money into the options, they're putting their money into buying physical silver right now. That's an interesting take, and that's probably what's going on. And what that's doing is it's causing basically a run on the silver at the moment. And the refineries just aren't able to cover the float right now. And so they're having to figure out that situation now. I think you could be seeing something like governments coming in to do this. You could have some big industrial companies doing it, but how can the price of paper silver make the price of physical go up? Well, it comes down to bets, right? So spot price doesn't really change based on what I buy or you buy. I mean, it can affect that to a degree if enough of us are buying and there's enough supply that's being taken away from the market. It can affect things. For the most part, it usually doesn't. At least not right now. There's not enough buying for that. So really what's happening with the paper price is as people believe that the price of silver is going to go higher, they start buying calls. And those calls start to drive it up. Okay. And as that price gets driven up, your spot price goes up. The rest of us are paying more for buying silver. That's really what I think you're going to be seeing in the near future. But right now, it's kind of backwards. So something's broken. We don't know exactly why. I would watch things very closely tomorrow when the market opens up in Asia and see what happens. China has been closed for most of last week and the week before. And I think they only opened back up on Friday. And so I would expect to see some more action in the markets from China. They have lines going out a lot of the stores trying to buy silver. and people that actually want it. Here in the US, no one knows anything about it. They just think it's either jewelry or it's some relic that no one would ever use. They've done a really good job here in the US pushing cryptocurrencies to the point where people don't want metals anymore. But I hope that helps a little bit. It's hard to explain it without having a bunch of charts in front of me and showing you guys how it works. But it basically comes down to options trading is what can push up the price of silver based on paper. Now, last thing I'll say on that is you have to remember that they rehypothecate this. So when you look at SLV, they basically create new ounces of silver out of thin air. And so there's about 365, 370 synthetic ounces to every 1 real ounce. Okay. What does that mean? That basically means that if everybody that owns SLV decided to, well, everybody that has at least 1,000 ounces of silver worth decides to redeem it in physical silver, only 1 out of 380 people are going to be able to get it. That's a problem. If that breaks, you guys are going to know about it because it's going to make massive news. All right, China is now. So, Amy, thank you for being a supporter for 18 months. That's a long time. I didn't even know I had that up for that long. Yeah, so the borrowing cost on silver at the LBMA is huge, right? And that's because a lot of the silver is moved over here to the COMEX in New York. And that's causing many major issues. So we could really see a run on the silver in the LBMA in London. You guys haven't seen fireworks until you see that kind of stuff break. It's the same with the banks. I think the banks are all in big trouble here pretty soon too. So we could see a lot of stuff start to hit the fan. But hey, I expected it last year and it hasn't happened yet. So I'll believe it when I see it, but it is a real risk. I'm tired of running into everybody. Okay. So hopefully that was kind of fun. Go Brewers, go Dodgers. Yeah, it'll be a fun match. So we'll reach out to you. We'll have to do a fun little wager on it. But you guys, I think this is the time to start stacking. I don't think it's the time to be selling. Personally, I cannot give you financial advice. Your situations are different, but unless you need the money or you have an emergency, I would not be out there selling all my metals right now to try to then buy lower. It's kind of a fool's errand doing that unless you're a trader. If you're doing it on paper, or if you have money in, say, One Gold, Lint, or like Kinesis, where the premiums are super low because you're just basically trading vaulted silver to gold. If you're playing the GSR, you can do that. But outside of that, trying to move in and out of physical metals to maybe make a few bucks right now, hoping it goes down to 38 for buying. We will. Yeah, we're getting the line right here, right? Okay. Okay, we can do that. So anyway, last thing I'll say on that, guys, is it can be a fool's errand to try to sell it at 50 and buy back at 38 with physical. It can be really hard to do that. There's a lot more premiums. So we just got to be careful with that. Well, my daughters want to go hang out now, so we're going to go do that. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.